Yes, so dear student, I Rakesh Jain from Gyanvir University. Today I am conducting your rescheduled class and I am going to teach you about a program of 8051 microcontroller on how to generate a square wave which consists the delay period. So a particular delay is given. After the completion of this lecture, you will be able to understand that how we can generate any square wave from microcontroller on all those four ports related to any pin of any particular pin of microcontroller. If the square wave consists of some particular delay, so we have to do some delay calculations. So let's see first of all this MS Paint file. So here it is write down that write a program to generate a square wave of 10 millisecond on period and 10 millisecond off period. Let the crystal frequency is 22 megahertz. First of all, keep in your mind that the standard crystal frequency for 8051 microcontroller is always 11.0592 megahertz. 11.0592 megahertz is the standard crystal frequency. Let's suppose my question will be like write a program to generate a square wave of on period of 10 millisecond and 10 millisecond off period. And if the crystal frequency which is given here as 22 megahertz, if not given, then which crystal frequency you should select? So you should select a crystal frequency of 11.0592 megahertz. But here 22 megahertz, a specific crystal frequency is given. That's why you have to use the same crystal frequency which is given. First of all, what the program wants from us, it wants that you should generate a square wave. A square wave will be looks like this one. And so on. Okay, so the on period is 10 millisecond. So here the on period means this one. This is known as on period. The upper value. This should be of 10 millisecond only. This should be of 10 millisecond. Okay, and also it is given that 10 millisecond is the off period also. So it is also given that the off period should be of 10 millisecond. So the on period and off period are same, but of particular value, that is of 10 millisecond. So 10 millisecond on period and 10 millisecond off. So we have to generate that kind of square. If let's suppose the on period is 10 millisecond and off period is only 3 millisecond, then we have to do some another thing. 10 millisecond on period, we will do some calculation, put the value in timer registers, and for 3 millisecond we have to calculate some value from the delay calculation, and then put that value of 3 millisecond particular hex value. After some calculation we will find and then put in another timer register. But here the 10 millisecond value is same for both these. So how we can write down that kind of program? First of all, we should know there are certain steps to calculate the particular delay time in case of microcontroller. So how to do that kind of programming? Before we start the programming, first we have to calculate that hex value, which is when we upload that value into timer register. Once the timer register will start, it will count up to that particular value. What I want to say here, 10 millisecond on period is given and 10 millisecond off period is given. So the delay is 10 millisecond. Okay, same for on period and same for off period. Okay, so we have to calculate one particular hex value for 10 millisecond on period that will be uploaded into the timer register, so that when the timer register start to count from 0000, it will count up to the maximum value which we calculated from some formulas. Then in between that calculation, the total time period wasting, or we can say the delay time, will be equal to 10 millisecond. So how we can calculate? The first step is timer clock frequency. First we have to calculate timer clock frequency. In all kind of question in which we have to generate some particular or a specific delay time, we have to use that process which I am going to tell you right now. So the first step is calculate the timer clock frequency, that is equal to 1 divided by 12 multiplied by crystal frequency. If crystal frequency is particularly given, you have to use that crystal frequency. If no crystal frequency is given, then you have to use, in case of 8051 microcontroller, as 11.0592 megahertz. But here 22 megahertz is given. Megahertz means 10 raised to the power 6. So the first step is 1 divided by 12 multiplied by crystal frequency, that is 11.0592 megahertz. 11.0592 megahertz, that is multiplied by 10 to power 6. Sorry, here 22 megahertz is given, that's why we have to write down 22 megahertz. So 22, and because megahertz, that's why 10 to power 6. If no crystal frequency is given, once again I am going to tell you that you have to use 11.0592 megahertz, but here 22 megahertz is given. That's why the first step is timer clock frequency. So the timer clock frequency is equal to 1 upon 12 multiplied by crystal frequency, and crystal frequency is given here 22 megahertz. That's why 22 multiplied by 10 to power 6. So the answer of this one is 22 divided by 12. So what is the 22 divided by 12? When I use the calculator and just see 22 divided by 12, it will be 1.8333. Okay, 1.8333. So I write down 1.8333. Okay, multiply by 10 to power 6 is present. So multiply by 10 to power 6. Okay, this is my first step for any kind of question which is related to a particular delay. That is timer clock frequency is equal to 1 upon 12 multiplied by crystal frequency. Then the second step should be calculation of each clock period. And each clock period is equal to nothing, because we know that time period is equal to 1 upon frequency. So 1 divided by what is the frequency? The frequency of timer clock frequency. So 1 divided by timer clock frequency. Divided by timer clock frequency. So it will be equal to 1 divided by, here the timer clock frequency we just calculated as 1.8333 multiplied by 10 to power 6. 1.8333 multiplied by 10 to power 6. So it will be equal to what it is. I just check on calculator. So 1 divided by 1.8333, that is equal to 0.545. 0.545. So it will be 0.545 multiplied by 10 to power minus 6 now. It will be minus 6 because 10 to power plus 6, when 0.545 multiplied by 10 to power minus 6. When 10 to power plus 6 will move at the upside, then it will be 10 to power minus 6. Okay. So that is 0.545 microsecond. Okay. Now the third step should be the formula delay is equal to number of count multiplied by each clock period. So I'm going to write down the formula first of all. So the third step is delay is equal to number of count which we have to calculate, number of count multiplied by each clock period which we just calculated in step number 2, multiplied by each clock period. here it is number of count is so here it is delay. So what delay we want, see the program basically. Here it is clearly mentioned that 10 millisecond on period is the delay, and here off period is also 10 millisecond. If the off period is of different value or on period is of different value, two different values are given, for example 10 millisecond on period and 3 millisecond off period, then two times we have to do the same calculation differently. Okay, one side we have to do for the on period calculation, delay calculation, and one side for the off period calculation. But here on period and off period both are same, that's why the delay 10 millisecond we only have to calculate. Then we'll use that particular value two different times in the program, so that one for the on period and one for the off period. So the delay is what, 10 millisecond. So 10 millisecond is what I just write down at the upper side. So you will understand that delay is equal to, it is given that delay is equal to 10 millisecond. That is 10 multiplied by 10 to power minus 3. Multiply by 10 to power minus 3. So it is given that delay is 10 multiplied by 10 to power minus 3. So I just write down the same thing here. So delay, at the place of delay, I just write down 10 multiplied by 10 to power minus 3. That is equal to number of count. We have to calculate in this step actually the number of count. So delay is equal to number of count. So multiply by. So we have to use the same thing. The 10 into 10 to power minus 3 is equal to number of count multiplied by each clock period, and each clock period we just calculated in step number second, that it will be 0.545 multiplied by 10 to power minus 6. 0.545, I just write down the minus 6 clearly, so you will see 0.545 multiplied by 10 to power minus 6. So in this step we have to calculate the number of count. So what will be the number of count? So the number of count will be equal to the delay divided by the each clock period. So delay is what, 10 multiplied by 10 to power minus 3. So from the left hand side, that is 10 multiplied by 10 to power minus 3 is present, divided by, here I write down the divide sign, divided by each clock period, that is 0.545 divided multiplied by 10 to power minus 6. This term will be divided by this. Okay, so 10 multiplied by 10 to power minus 3 divided by 0.545 multiplied by 10 to power minus 6. So what it will be, we just check. First of all, 10 divided by 0.545 is what? So I just use the calculator to find out the answer. So 10 divided by 0.545 will be equal to 18.348. 18.348. Now this 10 to power minus 6 will be moved at the upside, so it will be 10 to power plus 3. It will be 10 to power plus 3. I'm going to show right down just here. See, when this 10 to power minus 6 is present, and at the upper side 10 to power minus 3 is present, so and already 110 is present, so this will be 10 to power plus 3. Divided by 0.545 is present, so 0.545. So this will be what? This is actually equal to 1 and 4 times 0. Divided by 0.545. What is the answer of this one? We just check on calculator that what is this. So 10,000 divided by 0.545. Divided by 0.545, it will be 18,348, 18,348. When you will check from the calculator, it will be 18,348. Once again, I am going to check this value. So 10 times 0 divided by 0.545, so it will be 18,348. Okay, now the next step is actual number of count. In this step number third, we have to calculate the number of count, and the step in step number 4, we have to calculate the actual number of count. What is the formula to calculate the actual number of count? That will be equal to maximum number of count minus number of count which we just calculated in step number 5. What is the rule? So how we can use this formula? So the actual number of count for this question will be actual number of count will be equal to maximum number of count. So see the value of this one, we know that any timer register is used in 4 basic modes: mode 0, mode 1, mode 2, and mode 3. Mode 0, the maximum value is 2 raised to the power 13 because it is known as 13-bit timer mode. Mode 0 is known as 13-bit timer mode. So it will be 2 raised to the power 13. So that will be, we know that 2 raised to the power 13 will be equal to 8192 only. 8192. Mode 0 is only using, I just write down in this MS Paint file so you will understand what I want to say. We know that timer register is basically used in 4 basic modes. So which mode we have to select, we can choose the mode according to the answer of step number 3. So mode 0 is actually 13-bit timer mode. Mode 0 is 13-bit mode. It means the maximum 13-bit mode. It means the maximum value is 2 raised to the power 13, that is 8192. Okay. Second, okay. Now the second one is mode 1, which is 16-bit mode. So the maximum value is 2 raised to the power 16. 2 raised to the power 16, that is 65536. And you will find out 2 raised to the power 16, then you will find out the maximum value is always 2 raised to the power 16, that is 65536. And mode 2 is a 8-bit auto reload mode. 8-bit mode. So 8-bit mode, that's why the maximum value is 2 raised to the power 8, that is 256 only. So which mode we have to use here? So and the mode 3 basically not in use, that is a split timer mode. We cannot use that mode. So among these mode 0, mode 1, and mode 2, among these 3 mode, what mode of timer we should select for our program, that depends on the answer of step number 3. So the step number 3 answer is the number of count is equal to 18348, that is 18,348. So we cannot use mode 2 because it is very less value compared with the with the number of count, that is 18348. Mode 0 we cannot use because the maximum value is only 8192. Then only one mode is remaining, that is mode 1, that is only mode 1, and mode 1 maximum value is 65536, that is greater compared with the calculated value of step number 3. That's why we use mode 1. Okay, so when we will use this mode 1, how we can find out the answer? So maximum number of count. So what is the maximum number of value in case of mode 1? That is 65536 minus number of count. This step number 3 answer. So number of count is 18,348. So 18,348. So what will be the answer? I just check from calculator. 65536 minus 18,348. So it will be 47188. 47188, or we can say 47187. Okay, 47188. So 47188. This is a particular value for 3 milliseconds. Okay. 47188 is the actual number of count. Okay. Now the last step for the calculation is this one, which I am going to show you right now. Here at the right hand side, I am going to show you here. The last step is the hex value for actual number of count. In fifth step, what value we should upload in the timer register, we will find out the answer of that from step number fifth. Okay. So the hex value of actual number of count. Hex value for actual number of count. So what is the actual number of count? The actual number of count is 47188. So we have to calculate the hex value. How we can calculate the hex value? We have to divide the number by 16. We have to divide the number by 16. So it will be 47188. Now divide that number by 16. So how we can calculate? 47188. So it will go up to 2949 times. 2949 times. 2949 times. What will happen when we will just see 2949 times? 2949 times 16. And it will be 47184. It means what is remaining? 4 is remaining. 4 is remaining. So I just write down here 4. Then again divide this number by 60. So what we will find out? 2949 divided by 16. 2949 divided by 16. So it will reach up to 184 times. 184 times. It will go up to 184 times. So what is remaining? So 2949. So it will be 2944. 2944. So it will be only 5 is remaining. 5 is remaining. Okay. So I just write down the remaining value at the right hand side. So once again we have to divide it by 16. So 16 is just 16, and again 16 is just 16. So what we will find out? It will divide up to 16 times, 11 times, 176. So what is remaining? 8 is remaining. Okay, 8 is remaining. So remaining value I have to write down here. Now no further divide by 16. So we have to calculate the hex value from bottom to top. We know that 11 is known as B. So 11 is known as B. So I write down B first of all. Then 8. B8. Then 5. Then 4. B854. Once again we are going to check this one. 4 7. Wait for a while. So 65536. 65536. 18348. 18348. It will be equal to 47188. Then divide by 16. It will be 2949 times. So 2949 times. So 4 will be remaining. Okay. Then 2949 divided by 16. So it will be 184 times. It will go up to 184 times. It will be remaining. Okay. So it will be B854, like B854. So this value we have to upload in the timer register. The upper value should be uploaded in the timer upper register, that is TH. We know that in 8051 microcontroller there are basically two timers. One is timer 0 and timer 1. Both are of 16 bit. So timer is 0. If we choose, then the upper timer register is TH0, and if we choose the lower timer 0, then the lower register is TL0. So TH0 and TL0 both are of 8 bit. If we choose timer 1 for over programming, then the upper register is known as TH1. H for higher bits, T for timer, and as 1 and 0 is related with which timer you use. So TH1 for the higher order 8 bits of timer register 1, and TL1 is the lower order 8 bits for timer register 1. So let's suppose we choose timer 1 in our programming. Then these value B854. So the upper timer register will hold the TH1 will hold the value B854, and the lower timer register will hold the value, the lower timer register TL1 will hold the value 54. So like this we can calculate the delay time for the timer register. Okay. Ashish, send a snapshot right now on my mobile, then I will proceed. Okay. After this, we have to design the program. After this, we have to design the program. Now, first of all, these values should be uploaded into the timer register. Because we use the timer register 1, so there is no meaning of timer register 0. So before starting the program, first of all, we should choose the particular bit value of the T mode register after this calculation. Remember, whenever any kind of program you just see or you want to design the microcontroller programming in which a particular delay time is specific delay time is mentioned, then first step is you have to do these calculations. So first step is complete these 5 steps. The first step for that programming is complete this 5 step and find out what value you have to upload in a timer register, what value you should upload in a timer register. So here we find out at B854 whatever the value is. Okay. So now second step is see the T mode register bits and select a particular format for T mode register. So we are going to do the second thing. So first, if you send that snapshot, type in message box OK, then I will remove these and will proceed. Type in message box OK, it means you send me that snapshot, then I will remove this. Okay. Now I remove this and we are going to do the next step for that programming. So first step is, this is complete step number first. So I mention as step number A. So step A for any kind of programming in which delay time is given. The step number A is just to complete these 5 steps so that you will find out that what value you should upload in a timer register, what value you should upload in a timer register. Okay. Now the second step we are going to do. So just the step number B we are going to do. So I just remove first of all this step number A. Okay. Now we have to do the step number B. Format of team. Let's look at the format of team. So we know that T mode is a 8-bit register in case of 8051 microcontroller, which are related with the timer. Okay, and the format is 8 C oblique T bar. I complete that one. First I write down, then M1, then M0, then again gate C oblique T bar M1 and M0. Okay, so this is a format of T mode register. These are the 8 particular bits of the T mode register. Gate C oblique T bar M1 M0 gate C oblique T bar M0. This is a format of T mode register in which the lower 4 bits are used for the upper 4 bits are used for timer 1 and the lower 4 bits are used for timer 0. For which timer we want to use, according to that we choose the bit of T mode register. We choose the bit of T mode register. Okay. So here we want to use timer 1. That's why I put all the value of timer 0 as 0, 0. So the gate oblique C gate is 0. C oblique T bar is 0 because we don't want to use timer 0. We want to use timer 1. That's why I put all the value of timer 0 related 4 bits, the 4 lower bit of time T mode register as 0. Now I want to use the upper timer, that is timer 1. So gate we should put always 0 because we are doing the on-chip programming instead of via the interfacing of any device. So because we want to do the on-chip programming, that's why gate is 0. Now C oblique T bar. We want to use the timer 1 as timer to provide time delay instead of counter to count something like counting of number of pulses. Here we just want to provide a 10 millisecond delay. So whenever we want to do such kind of programming in which we have to generate some delay at that time, the timer will be used as a timer instead of counter. That's why 0 is put at the C oblique T bar. It means the timer 1 is used as a timer. If I put 1 here, it means timer is used as a counter. Okay. Now M1, M0. So which timer I use in my program? So during the time of calculation, I have already been told you before some time that there are 4 basic mode: mode 0, mode 1, mode 2, and mode 3. Mode 3 is split timer mode. Mode 0 is 13-bit timer mode. Mode 1 is 16-bit timer mode, and mode 2 is 8-bit auto reload mode. And during the time of calculation, because of 18348 value is greater compared with the all other values, maximum value of the timer mode, that's why we select the mode 1 in which the maximum value is 65536. Because we selected mode 1, that's why what should be the value of M1, M0? So M1 should be 0 and M0 should be 1. So I just again repeat this thing here. On the basis of the bit of M1 and M0, we select the mode. If M1 and M0 both are 0, 0, then it means mode 0 is there. It means mode 0. This is mode 0. If M1 is 1, M1 is 0 and M0 is 1, like this one, here we use. That is mode 1, in which the maximum count is 65536. That is also known as 16-bit timer mode. Then next mode is when M1 is 1 and M0 is 0. That is known as mode 2. That is 8-bit auto reload mode, in which the maximum number of count is 2 raised to the power 8. That is 812. And 1 that is known as mode 3. That is also known as split timer mode. That is known as split timer mode 3. Okay. So because we select mode 1, because the maximum number of count is according to us, that is 65536, we use in our calculation. That's why here we put the value as 0. Okay. So now what is the value of T mode? So see, 0001, it means according to the 858421, we just see the hex value. So 0001 is 1 and 0000 is 0. So it means what is the value of T mode? So T mode is 10h. So in our program, from this step number B, we just see that what value we should upload in the timer register. So in program, we will write down move T mode comma hash the particular value which we calculated in from format of T mode in step number B. That is 10 hexadecimal, that's why 10H. That's why 10H. This will be my first line of any program related to the delay, the value of T mode. Okay. The 10 T mode, comma hash 10H. It show you that you select timer 1 for operation and timer 1 in mode 1. Okay. Now when you select the mode 1, it means the higher register and lower register are what? Higher register is TH1, so we have to write down some value there. So what value we calculated? According to that, we have to write down that particular value. What value we calculated? C. At the right hand side, you write down already that B8 will be the higher order value. So B8 will be moved into TH1. So it means we have to write down move TH1 comma B8H. H for hexadecimal. Now remember one thing, whenever any value, any direct value we just upload in the timer register, if any immediate addressing mode is come, that value should be come with a numeric digit. Here it start with a B, that is a letter, not a numeric digit. That's why we use 0 over here. Okay, if numeric digit is there instead of B8, if it will be 8B, then we can write down directly, no problem. But if any immediate value, any direct value, any mathematical value is comes in hexadecimal, start from a English letter, start from a letter, then we have to write down first as 0. Otherwise in programming, whenever we will use on kill software that program to convert it into hex value, it will show the error in that line. So here to remove the error, we just write down 0. Okay. The next step is upload the lower value. What is the lower value? The lower register, it will be TL0. It will be TL0. Okay. Now we have to upload some value here, because from the calculation we just see that 54 is that value which move into TL1. 54 is that value which will move into TL1. That's why move TL0 comma hash 54, because 5 come as a numeric digit. That's why no problem, no need to write down any 0 before this. Okay, so the 3 steps of any program related to delay should be move tmode comma hash whatever the value of tmode register you calculated in the step number B, then move th1, and the third line is move tl1 comma hash the particular value which we calculated from step number A, from 5 different calculation steps. At the last step we find out that what hex value we should upload in the timer register to get a particular delay, now wait for a but wait for a minute. I just move to charge my mobile so that my class will be continued. Okay, so I just put my mobile on charge. Now see, we have to calculate the next step in which we have to upload the remaining steps in microcontroller IC, so that it will generate a particular time period. Now how we can write down those steps? Now see that one. Okay, now see that one. Now, because we have to write down now the program, that's why I remove the remaining things. I also mention here, today's date, so you'll be able to understand the things. Wait. Now we have to see that one. So I just write down to get it also. Now please send me a snapshot so that I will remove these things and will start the program. When you will send that snapshot, type in message box, okay, so I will understand and will proceed. Just send a snapshot and write down in message box, okay. Ashish, just send me a snapshot and type in message box, okay, so I will remove these things and will proceed. Okay, very good. Okay, now I remove these things and we are going to see the okay. Now we these three steps are same. Now we are going to write down the program for generating a square wave. Let's suppose we are going to make a program in which any port pin will generate the square wave. Let's suppose this is a port pin of P 1.1. Let's suppose. Okay. So after writing down that value, first of all, because square wave will be consist set value or complement value, that is 1 or 0. Okay, set value or reset value, that is 1 or 0. So first we just set. So set B P 1.1. It means port 1 pin, port 1 first number pin, that is sorry, second number pin, that is 1.1. First number pin is 1.0, second number pin is 1.1. So port 1 second number pin, that is P 1.1, will be 1. Okay. Now what we want to generate the delay. That's why we write down set B timer register 1. It means the timer register will start to count from 00 and will count up to the maximum value. That's why we have to write down jump not bit of TF1, comma, any location. Let's suppose again is the name of the location. What I want to see, I will explain you. Now, what is the meaning of this one? Because we have to generate the square wave on P1.1. So at P1.1, first we put set B. Set B means 1 here. So it is equal to 1. Now we have to provide that delay of 3 millisecond. So till 3 millisecond, it will remain at 1. Okay. So that's why we start the timer. Set B TR1 means the timer register of 1 will start to count from 00 up to the maximum value. In between that time period, that is required for timer register 1 to count from 00 up to the maximum value, should be equal to the particular delay time which actually we want. So we want 10 millisecond period. That's why we upload the value B854 in the timer register already. So when we write down set B TR1, the timer register 1 will count from 0000 up to the maximum value B854. So in between that time period, the total time period whatever required should be equal to 10 millisecond, because we already calculated that for 10 millisecond B854 is required. So timer register start from 0000, it will count 0001, then 0002, then 0003 up to B854. Till that time, it will not reach, not do anything, just the wasting of time, just the delay time. Okay. So jump not bit automatically after reaching the maximum value, it will set the timer register TF1, the TCON register bit TF1 equal to 1. So jump not if the set bit TF1 to again, it means timer register TR1 will count from 0000 up to the maximum value which we upload. We upload the maximum value as B854. So it will count one by one from 0000 up to B854. When it will reach from 0000 to B854, automatically the TCON register bit TF1, that is related with the timer register 1 flag control bit. So automatically the TF1 bit of TCON register will be set automatically, will be equal to 1. Till it will not set, it will jump at again. For example, 0000. Now it will count 0001, but it is not set, so again go to jump. Again go to again reach at again location. So jump not bit TF1, again it will count from 00001 to 0002, but it is not equal to the maximum value. That's why again go to then again go to then again go to and this thing is continuously. This thing is continuously until the timer register will count internally automatically. Okay, two things I use the word internally, meaning inside the microcontroller we cannot do anything, and automatically it will count one by one. Okay, till that time the flag bit of timer register TCON, the timer control register TCON will not set. So till that time it will not set, we will again and again jump at the same location, and the name of the location we put here AGAIN, that is again. So when it will reach up to the maximum value, it means 10 millisecond time period is wasting, 10 millisecond delay we achieve, then it will automatically jump to the next thing. So what we want now, we first of all clear the timer register. So that is the clear the timer register TR1, clear the flag bit. So again put them as 0. So clear the timer. Now what we want? We want 0 now. We want 0 now. Okay. So we achieve at P1.1 the 1 of and 10 millisecond. Now we want 0, and we want again that 10 millisecond time period waste at 0, and this process will be continuously again 1, again 0, again 1, again 0. So what will happen? Actually it will be looks like a square wave. It will be looks like a square wave. Okay, so for this we have to complement the value. So CPL is the instruction for complement any bit, any pin of timer microcontroller. So complement P1.1, okay, complement 1.1, and again we want the same thing. So again complement at P1.1 and S jump to location. S jump to location. And what is the location? Wait for a while. Yes, the location should be 9. No. First we have to write down set B at the upper side. Okay. Set B 1.1. Okay. It should be here. And we have to write down here set B. First we have to set that value. A minor change is there. Set B. Okay. Now first we put 1, then 10 millisecond time is achieved, then complement, so we find out 0. Now again we want the same 10 millisecond period. So I write down S jump to SSS, and SSS is the name of any location. And where is that location? That location is where we start the timer. So we have to upload again for 10 millisecond value, then again 10 millisecond delay, then automatically complement, then again this process will be repeated. Yes, so this is the end of process. This is the end of program. Yes, so this is my complete program. I just put this program in a box, and you should take a snapshot of this program, and when you take that snapshot, send me in message box. Okay, with this today date is 23 2019. So this is my complete program to find out 10 millisecond on period and 10 millisecond off period. If you find out, yes, so take a snapshot now. Okay, so I hope you understand about the complete program steps and the programming related to this. That is how we can find out 10 millisecond on period and 10 millisecond off period square wave in microcontroller. So I hope you understand. So I, Rakesh Jain from Gyanwar University, wants to say you thanks for watching the video. Kindly like and subscribe the video. Thank you very much.